Squirrel, have some great convoys, gonna head off to work. And oops, wasn't me who did the routes, just the start and finish areas. Oh. Alright, have a good one, mad mate. Not a lot we can do about it now anyway. It's a done deal. If you put a mod on the crossing, barriers won't go down. A mod? I don't know. I don't think... Isn't it controlled from the client side though? And you can't use mods in TMP for that anyway. Wait, is that a car on its side in front of me? It looks like it.
Yeah.
DJ Jeffers. Lol. As if.
Yeah, Jeff has sends his apologies. He was actually meant to be trucking with us, but called by TMP at last minute. You can now see that his skills were completely necessary, right?
Dude, don't slow down. Keep the momentum. Let's go.
So we're just going to try and bring the convoy speed down a little bit to make everyone catch up, and then we'll put the hammer down again.
Alright. You just crashed at the barriers, El Plagiato. Uh-oh. The best laid plans of mice and men.
So, Paul, what truck are you driving? Oh, of course, it's the Scania, isn't it?
It is. See, Multi in front's keeping his tyres warm.
Yeah, I think it's tyre warming time for everybody in the convoy, yeah. Right, yeah, so I'm queued at the crossing.
Safety car's been deployed exactly. Yeah, stop-start technology, Kenshaw. Snow did begin here in Sweden, but we live in Norway, doesn't have snow yet. Huh. I'm pretty certain Whiteland's had snow. He's in Norway.
Right, so convoy speed is now going to increase.
Rog. You're running a Steam test with a local recording at a 15k bit rate. It uses 10% CPU. You're not getting any lower FPS normal, but worse quality than you would with a 1660 with the old encoder. So, Salador, are you saying... So that local recording you did at 15k was using the CPU? That's for the data rights on the SSD. Ah. Oh, I see, right, okay. But you said it's taking 10% your CPU. Is that doing the encoding? Because surely... Or is that the game that's doing 10%? Squirrel Logistics, thank you very much for the bits, sir. Your internet died mid-convoy. Snickered's internet died mid-convoy. Where's the best town for him to spawn into, do you think? So he can join at the back or something?
Well, if he's quick, he can meet us at Prague. If not, it'll be at Dresden.
There you go, Snickered. Stay off TMP, move yourself to Prague quickly, then log into TMP, and you should be able to join at the back of the convoy. If you're slow, it'll have to be Dresden. It's not the encoders. You can see the graphs I have open right now. The usage on the video encode when I turn on the local recording. See, the way I normally do it, Celador, is I use the CPU to encode the stream, and then use the GPU to encode the local recording. And the reason I do that is because the NVEnc local recording has a higher bitrate. If you tell me your NOT ID number, I can teleport you back to convoy. There you go, Snickered. Nah, it's not going to happen, Raven. The 10% is only for storing the data. Still quite a bit, though. You do both streaming 5K bitrate and NVEnc 15K in recording. Okay. And what CPU usage is that taking to encode 5K bitrate?
How's the fuel then, Paul?
Say again?
How's the fuel then?
818 kilometers.
Oh, I've got 855 on my readout.
That sounds like you're closing on me.
Well, it's 855 to go. Yeah.
Oh, 850 to the destination?
Yeah.
Oh, well, rip me then. Turning off local recording, OBS uses 2 to 4%. What, doing a CPU encode, 2 to 4%? That doesn't sound right. What preset are you on? Well, if I fuel up, the problem I'm going to have is that multiple groups will drive past me. So what I need to do is try and move back a few groups and then maybe go for a fuel up and then catch the group up again. That's the only way it's going to work, really. 30 to 40 Celsius degree temperatures in Australia right now. Yeah. That very much puts me off living in Australia. That's just nasty. 30 to 40 is just nasty. I mean, I've experienced it in Nevada and it's not too bad. In Florida it was awful because of the humidity. But like, it frequently jumps over 40, that's the worry. Raven, my sat-nav is trying to take me somewhere completely different. My sat-nav is trying to take me to the destination for this job, which is never going to get dropped off because I'm going somewhere else. I don't know yet, Chris. You was in Alice Springs on Tuesday, it was 45. Nope. I don't know, Matty, like you say, later out of the season it might be nice, but I went in June and it was not pleasant. You reckon, Wyland? How much do you reckon that'd take off the Ryzen usage? Yeah, but I mean, this is the thing. RD peak is like, if it's 40 plus outside, imagine what it's like in your house. Yeah.
So next group is a Daniel White, and he's got International Trucker in front of him.
Daniel White. Please tell me he's in a white truck.
I don't believe he is, but I didn't actually look at the admin trucks before we left, so.
That's outrageous. Thank you, Winter Weasel. I don't know why. I'd like to get away with one machine if possible. Oh my god, I think he's in a bright blue truck.
Well, what can that be?
He is as well. A bright blue Renault. Alright, Snickered. If you tell digital your ID, you can teleport you. Fun, I hope Route 1 is going well. I should be helping in Route 2 later. Nice. It is going well, apart from a couple of hiccups. One, we've gone through a level crossing. And two, I don't have enough fuel. Schoolboy error was made. I think it gets done for you, Banana Man. Mr. Jet Ray, thank you for 3 months. Oh yeah, I got kicked for no headlights. That as well. But apart from that... You're offline again, Snickered. It doesn't sound like it's going to be a go for you. At least you got to drive with me earlier. I'm catching him up and I'm doing 48, so I'm going to change down. 46. I think he's got problems with his internet phone, so it kind of sounds like he's dropping on and offline at the moment. (1080 60 FPS now, 8K bitrate with a 16K bitrate local store. Right now you can see the video encode function double its usage when I turn on local recording. It's live showing at the moment. I can test the setting if that's something you would like. I suppose what I need to do, Celador, is probably... I'll probably need to build the machine and then do some testing on it and then see if it's capable of running the stream as well, and if it's not, carry on using my streaming rig, I suppose, is the way to go. Good evening, Andy Drew. Because, like, you don't have a Ryzen CPU, so it's hard to say, wow, why is he just bolted off? Why is Daniel White just floored it?
Because he's trying to keep up with the truck in front. So, keep up with the truck in front.
Alright.
You know, convoy bungee cord effect.
I've driven in a convoy in real life. A convoy of motorcycles. There was 18 of us, and it happens in motorbikes as well. It's quite bad.
Well, it's I've gone from 0 to 120 back to 0 at the back. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. With a good CPU, I'm wondering if you can get some good encoding and not sacrifice. You know, you still have plenty of cores for gaming on. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, but Mickey, what are you doing with your 3700? How much fuel do I have left? I have enough at the moment for a predicted 677 Ks. Not really donut, no. You do rendering while doing other stuff. Yeah. DJ Jeffers in the house. Well, actually, he's in his van. Use Ryzen CPU for gaming and recording, but not tested properly. Yeah, I suppose what I'm trying to do, Chris, is game, stream, and record on the same CPU. Yeah, I'm just wondering how many CPUs I would need to dedicate to the X264 encoder. That's what I'm trying to work out. Not emerging into convoy ahead. I have thought of going Threadripper Bandits, but because of the frequencies you can't get very high on Threadripper, it's probably not a good idea. How do you feel when you heard that you have inspired a lot of Q8's pilot on Flight Sim? I know Q8 pilot. I've met him a few times. He's a really nice guy. He was in London a few weeks ago and asked if I wanted to go out for lunch, and I literally couldn't make it. But yeah, he comes over to the UK about twice a year, I think, maybe. And whenever he pops over, he always sends me an email and says, you know, I'm in town, do you want to go out? But I last met him about 2 years ago, so I'm definitely due for a meal. I need to buy him lunch because I think he bought the last one. But he's a nice guy. Yikes. There's a lot of rubber banding going on. Yeah, but B-Man, it will vary from game to game, won't it? Like Euro Truck compared to, say, iRacing compared to Microsoft Flight Simulator, like they're all going to have different demands. I can't just keep varying the amount of cores I use for encoding based on the game I'm playing. I have to say, well, this is how many I'm going to dedicate to that, and then the rest is gaming. Split it down the middle, you have 8 for gaming and 8 for streaming. Which should be enough. Like, most games don't use 8 cores. But is that 8 physical? Is that 16 physical cores, or is it 8 physical and 16 like virtual logical cores? It is, okay. He does actually live in QA, yeah. Like, sometimes it's too hot in Q8 and he can't record. True story. Like, his room's just too hot to put his PC on. No, Joe, if you have a look at the Christmas schedule, there's no trucking tomorrow. We're trucking all day today. Mod running is kind of trucking. It is. It is. And I deliberately put Spintires on the Sunday evening because it's pretty similar to trucking. People who like Sunday night trucking won't be unhappy with Spintires, let's put it that way. Want a bet, Beaker? Not really. There will be some people that will cry, but, you know, that's life. Yeah, 8 calls for streaming should be fine, I think. But at the moment I've got a dual Xeon. But the Ryzen ones are probably as fast as... What have I got on that streaming rig? Hang on. Yeah, you see, I've got 32... I've got 16 actual cores. But that's Xeon cores. And to be honest, OBS is... I think it'll work. Yeah, exactly, Wind. I think it'll work because looking at what's going on right now in my CPU, it's only actually using the actual cores. I don't think it's using the logical ones. And the actual cores vary between about 30% and about 80% usage. And they're only running at like 2.6 or 3 gigahertz or something like that. And their CPUs are probably from like 2012, 2013. So if they can do that, I think 8 Ryzen cores will smash it. Which will then leave 8 cores for actual gaming. So I think it's doable. And then the NVIDIA graphics card can encode the local recording. as it does now. I think it'd be fine. What model of CPU have got? On the streaming PC, they are Xeon E5 E5 2670. E5 2670. There's 2 of them in there. Or is it time to change?
Yeah, next driver is Ray's, and he has got Craig Bullen or something in front of him.
Okay.
I think I've written that down wrong, or stroke, I can't read my own handwriting.
Why don't I buy the iMac for what, sorry?
It was Craig Butters.
I don't hate AMD, Raven. They've always had inferior technology for a while, and now they don't. I still prefer NVIDIA GPUs. I don't hate AMD. I don't hate any manufacturer.
There is a fuel point coming up, so do you want to do a splash and dash?
Apart from Renault. Yeah, that would be ideal.
Yeah, so you can do a splash and dash. You don't need much, do you? You just need a little bit.
Okay, I'm going to go for it. Full on splash and dash. Be interested to see where I end up coming out. It's like doing a pit stop and taking too long. I hope this has got a drive-through layout. Nah, Renault's not contacted me.
Yeah, box, box, box.
Box, 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 here we go.
I'd like to report a TMP crash.
Why, who's crashed?
I've got 3 of the admin vans behind me, and one of them's just crashed into the other 2.
That gives me time. I'm Oscar Mike.
I confirm.
Ooh, that's unstable. I think I'm behind a group. Let's see, who's this? Craig Buttars? I think Craig Buttars?
Yeah, and Ray should be behind him.
Nice. That worked a treat. Like a glove. See? Practice for iRacing, that's what that was. Oh, Race has got a Renault as well. That worked out alright.
Yeah, I mean, that could have gone a lot worse.
I now have more fuel than I started with.
Well, that's alright then.
3/4 of a tank, so I took just enough.
Yeah.
So what happened behind us? Some TMP vans have drove into each other. I thought, how does that work?
They were the ones that were following me, so they, we were all having a little bit of a mess around.
So that's right at the back of the convoy.
Yeah, it doesn't affect the convoy at all. It's just.
Oh my god.
You know how it's one of those things where, did I just see what I saw I thought in my mirror? Hang on.
Well, at least they could just teleport themselves out of trouble.
Right, so you have just swapped groups, haven't you? That's good.
Yeah. Yeah, at least it's not pink, that's true. You want to upgrade from a G920? To do what exactly? Trucking? You have to pack the last things before an 8-hour trip with your 2- and 5-year-old. Celador? I'll try and remember your name. Yeah, I'll try and remember your name. Maybe a mod can remember for me. Well, thank you for your help. Hope you have a pleasant trip anyway, and the kids don't scream all the way there. I'm sure they won't. Kids don't do that. I've never been on an 8-hour trip with whiny children in the back. Never. This is the first convoy. Kurt Pilot has retired from making YouTube videos for flight simulation. Has he? Honestly? I never knew that. I did not know that. When I thought I saw a video from him just a week or two ago. Why has he made that decision? Well, for trucking, what's wrong with your 920 exactly? What are you missing in the 920? Just don't have kids, Tommy. Lol. Double-edged sword, mate. Double-edged sword. There's digital, hacker. You have to go to Ireland with the family. It takes ages. Your brother and sister do your head in. Yep. It's other people that make your journey a misery. Get on a plane. Get on like a 10-hour long haul on a plane with somebody that has a baby that won't stop crying. And like literally the only thing that can save you is noise cancelling headset. Your mate has a Ryzen 9 3900, 2080 Ti and 1080 Ti. His 2080 is for gaming. And his 1080 records for YouTube. Interesting. So he's got 2 graphics cards. That is interesting. The group leaders followed admin guidelines and picked up the Renault 2 of them have that I've seen, Madman. I mean, why you would choose to like make them drive an inferior truck? I think that's quite mean of you. I think, Mad Mick. Curate Parts posted his last YouTube video. Yes, but why? I missed the why bit. Taipan. What was his reason? Earplugs don't work. Simple sim. And besides, what if you want to actually listen to some movie or something? No, they do, Zymi. I've got the Bose QC35 noise cancelling headset. If you want to watch a movie on your tablet and there's a kid screaming, you'll still hear the movie.
What's the make of your noise cancelling headphones again?
QC35 Bose. They're actually Model 2 now. Lol Sokia was complaining about the noise in his workplace for weeks, like months even. And I kept saying to him, get the QC35, and he was like, no, they're too expensive. And then a month later he complained again, and I'd be like, get the QC35, and he was like, no, blah blah blah. We got to about November, I think it was, and the Black Friday deals were on, and I said to him, listen, the Black Friday deals are on, you will not buy that headset at a better price. You know, at least go down to the shop and try them. And he went down to the shop and he ended up buying them, and he can, look, in chat, can confirm, does not regret buying that headset.
And also, look, in writing, listen to Paul. Look at that. See, that's confirmed contract, right?
Yeah, and he got the version 2, which has some, like, it has the ability to, like, alter the level of noise cancelling that mine doesn't have. Mine's like an all or nothing, but with that, you can have noise cancelling on, but to the point where you could still hear the doorbell or something like that. But it's got the combination of brilliant sound quality and the ability to just block everything out.
I have like the opposite for ear defenders, so I can hear conversations that are happening like 500 meters away, but like gunshot noises, it suppresses those. So it's like it deafens major noise, but it amplifies everything else. They're quite eerie the first time you hear them, you know. Yeah. But they're perfect for shooting. You can hear people having conversations at the other end of the range when you're like, "Oi, don't be talking about me."
I actually bought my headset in San Francisco, and I bought it because that was my first ever long-haul flight, and I went 10 hours on a plane to San Francisco, and when I got there, I said to myself, I'm going to buy a noise-cancelling headset because I am not dealing with that ever again. Like, the 10 hours noise, you know?
Did you genuinely have the 10 hours of screaming on the way there, then?
It wasn't quite 10 hours of screaming, but it was like... yeah, the baby just kept kicking off, you know?
Yeah.
I was like...
It happened to me. I did a 4-hour flight to Cyprus, and the little girl next to me was, like, already agitated before she even got on the... You know, that sort of a wound-up thing that kids get into, where they're that wound up. And I had my iPad, luckily, and I had some kids' programs on there for my nephew, and she just watched those for the rest of the flight. It was perfect. Like... yeah.
I missed any posts about Q8s, by the way. A drop of whiskey. Lol. I don't like drinking alcohol on a plane. Like, well, I say that. I have the red wine. I have a bit of the red wine, but that's it. These people who just get a few beers down them before they get on a plane, then they get on a plane, they carry on. I just can't do that. It's horrible. Yes, Raya, it's the QC35, and the 2 is because they're like the second version of it now. The QC35 headset. The battery lasts so long on it. Honestly, they're just such a good headset. They're very, very comfortable. And you just flick that switch and it's just bliss. You can actually, on a plane, I've been on a 10-hour flight with those things, you can just put them on and flick the switch and not even listen to music and just go to sleep. And the noise level's like massively reduced. Oh, seat kickers, yeah, oh my god. You get that in cinemas. So, like in cinemas now, they've started to leave more space between the rows, so you don't get so much seat kicking that you used to, but it's still very annoying. Mikey, I have an Amazon affiliate link. Yeah, they do. The sound quality is great, Kamikaze. Hey VT, I'm good. Yeah, Billy, I don't, like, I refuse to travel economy now, long haul, because I just don't have the legroom in economy. It's horrendous. Yeah, I do, Raya. Raya, have a look under my streaming, have a look at my stream page, yeah? Have a look at the actual channel page. Scroll down, you'll see Amazon. Click UK or US and then buy something. That does it. Frozen, the new AirPods are in-ear and they have noise cancelling technology, I believe, but I haven't tried them. but I've heard they're pretty good. Like, I've seen some YouTube videos from some big hardware reviews, and they say they're fantastic, but I haven't tried them myself. I have the first generation AirPods, and I like them. Guna, welcome back. But they are in-ear noise cancelling. Thank you, Mikey. Matty, it's funny how different people are. Some people are saying, oh, I hate over here. Like, I just in-ear all the way. And some people are like, I hate in-ear, over-ear all the way. And then some people will say, I love closed cup.
Bing
and
bong, group
love
change.
Open cup. Oh, right, I need to find somewhere convenient. Who's next?
Admin is Bandita, and the person in front of that is Alan Bowen.
Bandita, Alan Bowen in front.
Alan Bowen is in front, so when you see them move.
Ekalos, I've never been able to afford business. Like, I've only ever flown, like, economy plus. Yeah, the next one up. Bit more legroom, bit more comfort. But, yeah, business class, too much. I do the same thing. If I'm flying EasyJet for a couple of hours, I suck it up. I deal with it. But if I'm on a longer haul, when I want to try and go to sleep, yeah, I need more legroom. Like, the best you can hope for is to try and get near the door, and then you've got the extra legroom from that. Rye, what the headset? I would buy them new, personally. Like, with something like that people have worn, I wouldn't want to have it second-hand, if that makes sense. Over here keeps the air warm. Yeah, but equally in summer it can make your ears a bit itchy, you know? Right, so I'm looking for Bandita, aren't I?
Yeah, who's got Alan Bowen in front of
Okay. Yeah, you get sweaty ears, exactly. I mean, it happens with these, like in summer, you can tend to get a bit itchy. But that's just the temperature. But I need to have closed cup, because otherwise the noise will bleed into the mic and you'll get the feedback. Callum, Revel, thank you very much for subbing. Welcome to the Net House. Wraith Dagger. Border. Hang on, referee. There's Alan Bowen's the next stop. I have noticed though that like these group leaders have been told to use Renaults. Choose to use the new Renault. Like, none of them drive the Magnum.
I don't understand what you're referring to.
I'm referring to the fact that Mad Mick says that he's told people, the group leaders, to use Renaults, and even said they should use pink ones, but that's not been followed through. But I am interested to learn that they're using the new Renaults and not like the actual, like, really ugly Magnums.
Well, I've got to admit, I mean, haven't driven Renault before, but I'm not uncomfortable driving this T.
No, it's just the best Renault they've ever made. Not that that means a lot, but it is the best Renault they've ever made.
And when, you know, we're going back to the Truckfest conversation, aren't we? When you compare that these are, you know, half or a third of the price of what a Scania is now, you know, so you can have 3 of these for 1 Scania, and I agree that that ratio is probably about right, but why would you when you're starting out and trying to do a fleet, you know?
Yeah, just depends how much they break.
Well,
running costs are the main thing.
But from the guy that you were talking to at Truckfest, I mean, he was saying that, like, they give him a truck, don't they? When it goes wrong, they give him another truck and just carry on.
Thank you, Broseph. Indeed.
So, you know, customer service versus cost versus, you know, brand, you have to, you know, put your ticks in the boxes, don't you?
That's interesting, Echolos. Mr. Refrick, Economy Plus. That's amazing. Cattle Class does it for me. An 8-row wide Boeing 737 to Afghanistan was standard. But to be honest, Ryanair could learn something from our Air Force in cramping people into single aircraft. Yeah, I don't fly Ryanair unless they are the only carrier that can get me there, pretty much. I haven't flown Ryanair for years. Winter Weasel, I like the look of your truck for the convoy stream. Watch out for silly sharks on the road. What? You what, mate? The guy's trailer behind me is like an obnoxious red, obnoxious green combo.
It's Christmas, just. It's Christmas with Gamma turned right up.
It looks like... I can't read his name. Just like the left, like the side panel of the trailer is just bright green. It's like RGB 02550. You fly whatever their employers book you in. Do you know, I'd hate that. Like, being forced to fly in cramped economy seating with screaming kids just because somebody else was paying. Nah. My life's worth more than that to me. You're 6'7" and have a door seat discounted business class. Yeah, that can happen, Battle Rabbit. You can get promoted sometimes. I've never had it, but I have heard people doing it. You've 190 centimeters. No, everybody knows, Train Fan, you're 1.85. I think I'm 185, Train Fan. Sounds like you're taller than me. That was 3 years ago. My, you've grown. You've grown in height 10 times what you was 3 years ago. Oh, it was 1.87, my bad. Mr. Rye, Paul, thank you for the recommended headset. I've put it on my wish list. It's a bit hefty at the moment. Also, does your affiliate link have a discount or anything? No. No, it's the Amazon affiliate links are purely a kickback. If you've ever noticed, there are lots of websites now that have top 10 monitors, top 10 headsets, and all of them have Amazon affiliate links. You click on it, and it'll just be and what's happening there is you click the link, go and look at it on Amazon, and quite often the price won't be what they said it is, but you're now tagged, and you're going to give them money when you buy stuff on Amazon for the next 28 days. Well, Bandita's trailer's doing what mine's doing, just like listing off quite a lot. Blimey, we're doing quite a bit of speed here. But no, to answer your question, Roy, you can't get a discount like that with Amazon. It's just purely a kickback. A very small percentage of the purchase price comes back. I missed the part about the stream. What do you mean?
Oh, yeah.
It's a weasel, 1 second. Did that say taking a nap? I'm sure his status said taking a nap. Convoy message. I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you mean. I can only see that message at the moment. I know I've said this before. I want to say it again before the year is out. You've given a joy to Nut House community and put smiles on people's faces. Thank you very much, Winter Weasel. Personal thank you for giving me the vids to watch and therefore being able to forget the other troubles in life. You're most welcome, Winter Weasel, and thank you for the support and the message. Bandita's trailer nearly went over then, did you see it? He said it's a blast watching this convoy. Lol. Tom Thor, welcome back. No matter what speed we start off doing, it always ends up with us blasting at the end.
Well, let's say I've peaked at 125 so far on this convoy, which is about right.
Yeah.
Right, so admin change, we've got Mrs. Frosty next, and the person in front of her is Martin Light.
Okay. Yeah, 125. Hits the turbo button. This trailer really does look unstable. Right, let's see if I can spot Martin Light and Mrs. Frosty. It's quite spread out now. Hey, Alex. That's got to be Mrs. Frosty in a red Renault. I don't know how I'm going to fit in behind Mrs. Frosty. There we go. Why has Mrs. Frosty got no trailer?
But technical difficulties, I believe.
Okay. Alex, you could have been in the convoy. I was even driving on TMP this afternoon. You could have jumped into that.
Done it a little bit to catch up with the truck in front.
Mr. Royer, please tell me the TMP and your nutty admin team thank you for the convoy and thank you for the entertainment. TMP, admin team, Royer says, massive thank you. Wait, we'll get him in. Looks like Mrs. Frost is punching it. Oh my god, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Don't just suddenly stop at a junction, Mrs. Frosty. Oh my god. I think Mrs. Frosty's not sure where she's going. She stopped at the junction of the road.
Yeah. It's like, navigational issues.
And we're doing like 100. And she doesn't have a trailer, so I do. Holy moly. I hope we're meant to be in the tunnel right now.
Yeah, it's fine.
I am curious as to why there was no convoy car there, though.
Because all the roads go, it doesn't matter, they all lead to the same place.
Right. Al Phillips, thank you for 25. 25 months of being part of the amazing community, thank you. Yes, hello, they do. Convoy cars coming. Well, that was interesting. At least they didn't flip the truck over or something. Can't remember if these chemicals are flammable or not. Chlorine. 18 tons of chlorine. That could be messy. Or we'd have a germ-free road anyway. So all those in convoy, who's going to be the biggest troll, or has Mrs. Frosty already claimed the award? Lol. I don't think she was trolling Winter Weasel. She just didn't know which way to go. A lot of it, Mr. Breeze, the R model has a like a center, what do they call it? Like a channel, like a raised channel between the front two seats, and is not quite as high. The S model has a flat floor and goes higher. I don't know what speed I'm supposed to set my cruise control to. I didn't know you'd had a seizure train, Simfan. Did something cause that, or was that a one-off? Yeah, we've not been doing 48Ks for a while, brother. Uh-oh. Isolated case, fair enough. Oh, did they not offer the manual in S? Didn't know that. I hadn't noticed that.
If you could peel yourself off and join me at the back.
Okay. It's not the time to go if you do. Huh? I said between 6:15 and 6:30.
Right, that's me coming up. If you want to tag on the back.
I didn't know that, Trenton fan. Was it just a stress thing, do you think? Fatigue. Your body basically saying nope. No problem, Blue Army. How you doing, sir? Yeah, I know you've been in, you had some health issues, Blue Army, is that right? Really, Nightwish? Wow. Oh, not taking a nap, TJ Jeffers. This is where you try and get 50 trucks to park in one space. Well, normally we assemble in an area and do a photo. Well, I've done that transit van on a train to overworking. Start moving.
We should be moving shortly.
Thank you, Mr. Burnsy. Just like the M6.
You're following me, yeah?
Yep. Is this where we go down to single digit frame rates?
Yeah, maybe. If you want to just stop somewhere here and dump your trailer off.
Okay. Done.
Yeah. Hopefully you've got enough room to pull out. Yeah, love a job. We're just waiting for a Muttley that for some reason has been kicked.
Did he have his headlights on?
I have no idea.
And the frames. Where am I going?
I think if you can pull in next to Dan White, Muttley will then be able to fall in.
Photo hype. Better not turn anything off. Turn your lights off, you get kicked.
Yeah, Muttley's just joining the lineup.
I'm not trying to break his mirrors, I'm trying to leave enough space. I just have some joystick to move the camera around. If you look in your control mapping, you can set the camera to an axis. This is the first convoy done, we've got another one coming up soon.
Screenshot time.
Oh, what's my screenshot key?
well. GG to Route 1.
This goes right back, look at this. Oh my god, that siren. Is there a way of turning off sirens in settings?
No, I don't believe there is.
It's just horrendous.
I know, it's a whine as well, isn't it? Well, GG to Route 1, and we'll get moved and get on for Route 2.
Indeed. That's a lot of noise. Right, I'll disconnect. Alt F Ford. There we go.
I shall be right back.
Okay. Right, I need to start up Eurotruck and refuel my second route. That's what I need to do. Oh, put it on that for now. While I sort this out. All right, Train Savannah, see you in a bit. Yeah, I'm going to eat some food and then I'll do the key giveaways. I did have a good Christmas. I did actually, yeah.
Happy anniversary.
Alan Bowen, thank you for 29 months. Much thanks to everyone involved to make the convoy possible. It was great fun as always. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Alan. It had a few bumps in the road, so to speak, but it was good fun on the whole. Right, let me try and find a fuel stop somewhere. Just put it up. Okay. Right, so I need to find my starting point again, which I believe was here. Uh-oh. Rep. How much damage did I just do? Oh, 1%. Wow. Okay. I thought I'd left enough space. There we go. I can always do a slash fix. I got this. Professional streamer. So that's that refueled. I'm going to be giving a few keys away that Pavel sent me just before Christmas. 3 keys for, what is it? Basically the new ATS and new ETS maps.